too early? Thank you, Rick. That was beautiful. Welcome, everybody, to Valley Community Church. Welcome to the middle of Memorial Day weekend. We're glad to have everyone here with us today, here and on the internet. Those of you here, please remember to turn your phones down so we don't disrupt the service. And today's speaker is Mary Ann, brought to us by way of Amy Jo, and kind of from Unity, right? And Doug will be helping. And we've got Rick on the piano, and we've got Bill with us today as special music. William, excuse me, I'm so sorry. My husband William would have died if I called him Bill, so I do understand. So let's stand together and sing our first joy song.
Thank you. Thank y'all so much for your song and your voices. And welcome to those on the internet. This is our, as Pam said, the middle of the Memorial Day weekend. Today we have a guest speaker, and I'm going to do a slight introduction, and then later she'll do our healing meditation and our message today. But we have with us Mary Ann Walker. Just a little bit about her. She was in Florida, and in 1991 she was presented and introduced to the principles of New Thought and the principles of unity. And she became involved in that, took a Course in Miracles, matter of fact. And because of her, I think her real estate career, she'd been in for like 30 years. She was used to teaching and leading workshops and so forth. And so she sort of lent her way that way. And over the many years, she has certified herself in so many different modalities, such as reflexology and Reiki. And we're just so delighted to have her today to bring a fresh approach to whatever we're thinking about. I think she's going to be speaking on the 4 agreements today. So later we'll be bringing forth Mary Ann. The time is now for our Bible verse, and I just wanted to, it's Proverbs 17:22. I was thinking about it this week. It's where, I think it reads something like, a joyful heart or a happy heart is good medicine. Boy, we know that, don't we? Joyful heart, a happy heart is good medicine. As an example, one time there was a class, a seminar, and the leader of it, there was about 60, 70, 80 people in the room, and the leader of it said, well, let's all blow up a balloon. So they all blew a balloon up. And then he passed out magic markers. Now, please write your name on your balloon. And everyone did, and then they put it, just take them next door and put it in the empty room over there. So 60, 70 balloons were stuffed into this other room. And then everybody came back into their beginning room, and he said, now let's go forth and find your balloon. Well, everyone rushed in there. You only have 4 minutes to do it. Everyone rushed in there, bumping against each other and doing this and that. And only 4 or 5 could find their actual balloon with their name on it. So he called them back into the primary room, and he said, well, tell you what, let's do something different. Go into the room again and just pick a balloon, and whose ever name it is on it, call them out and hand them their balloon. And that's what they did, and they did it within 4 minutes, and everyone had their own balloon then. And he said, this is the lesson here. This is the lesson. Because everyone was happy, you see. They each had their own balloon. He said, the lesson is, as you give to others, as you serve others, that's where happiness will be found. Proverbs. Have a joyful heart, a happy heart. It's good medicine. Now, let's turn to our statement of being, if you would. And we'll say this aloud and with conviction. God is all, both invisible and visible, one presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. I am the individualized expression of God, and am ever one with this perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. William.
I usually don't talk before I do something, but I'm gonna do a song about a buzzard and a monkey. And I can't decide whether the monkey has been bad to the buzzard or whether the buzzard's just mean. So, the buzzard gave a monkey a ride of the air. The monkey thought that everything was on the square. The buzzard tried to throw the monkey off his back. The monkey grabbed his neck and said, you listen, Jack, straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly right. You down, don't you blow your top. What's the use of diving? Ain't no use in diving. Straighten up and fly right. Now, Papa, don't you blow your top. The buzzard told the monkey, yeah, you're choking me. But if you release your hold, I'll set you free. Now the buzzard looked the monkey right dead in the eye, and he said, your story's touching, but it sounds like a lie. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly right. Now, Papa, don't you blow your top. That's my little story. And this next one is, you'll hear it and see what you think about it. I don't believe in fancy and engraving. I out, two step strut out. Give me the simple life. Somebody bless me, dining on peasants, those things you'll all find out. Just serve me tomatoes and mashed potatoes, and give me the simple life. A pride as small as a lung I put, a blood is best in life. A house that rings with joy and laughter, the ones you love inside. You take the high road, I'll take the low road. People here and strong. The note was cut out, two steps straight out. Give me the simple life. The cottage small is all I'm after. Not one less days in wine. I want a house made of joy and laughter. The ones you love inside. You take my road, I'll take the low road. We're from pure and strong. Sounds corny and seedy, but yes indeed. Give me the simple life. Sounds corny and seedy, but yes indeed. Give me the simple life.
Good morning.
Morning.
I invite you to just get comfortable in your seat. Feel the seat support you. Know that you're always supported. And just take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And release it gently through your mouth and feel your body begin to relax. And allow yourself to switch to just non-doing for the moment. Connect with your body and bring your attention to your breathing. Take a moment now and just set an intention for what you'd like to experience during this meditation. And now, bring to mind a person or a pet that you're always happy to see and have deep feelings of love. And picture that person or pet very clearly. See them as if they were right in front of you. Really experience the feelings of love this person or pet brings out in you, and allow it to rise through your body. Probably will bring a smile to your face. Now, holding that person in your heart, bring to mind and see if you can start off by offering loving kindness to yourself. And say to yourself, may I be safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live in peace, no matter what I am given. May my heart be filled with love and kindness. And now the person or pet that you feel this great love for and that you brought to mind before, bring them ever closer to you and express the same desires and wishes for them. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live in peace, no matter what you are given. May your heart be filled with love and kindness. And now bring to mind someone that maybe you don't always get along with, that perhaps is challenging. And see them very clearly. And we're going to offer them the same. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live in peace, no matter what is given you. And may your heart be filled with love and kindness. And now let us bring that awareness out to our community and even further out to our country and even further out to the entire world and the universe. And as we see all that space, as we encompass, let us say the same thing to our community, to our country, to our world, and to the universe. May we be safe. May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we live in peace, no matter what we are given. And may our hearts be filled with love and kindness. Notice the sensations and feelings you're experiencing now, and bring them close within you and hold them in your heart. And as you move about your day today, tomorrow, the next day, remember what you experienced. Remember that and show love and kindness to all you come in contact with. And now take a breath in, release it gently, and allow yourself to return to this space and time, different now than you were before. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. I can see many of you want to stay there. Me too. We all back now? Feeling good? Wonderful. Well, good morning on this absolutely magnificent day. What a day to be alive, right? So thank you for the opportunity and honor to be here with you today. When I first moved to Roanoke, I came to this church. It was different. I'm having challenges because it was set up very differently. But I came here alternately with the Unity of Roanoke Valley, and then I don't know why, I just kind of kept going to Unity. And although I haven't been here in a while, it feels really good to be here and to be with all of you. When I was first invited to speak, I didn't even think about it being Memorial Day. And I just happened to see an article online, because I'm not all into sales, you know, you're just blasted with it everywhere, and I try to avoid it and not even see it, but I happened to see this article, and it inspired me to look further into Memorial Day and what it is, and I got a whole new perspective on the meaning of it. Like most of us, Memorial Day weekend is just a holiday, right? Get together with friends, go off for the weekend somewhere fun, have barbecues, be with family. In fact, that's where Amy Jo went. Hi, Amy Jo. So, but actually, and actually, my father was a veteran. According to what I was told, he was in the Navy during World War II, but he never really acknowledged his veteranness. And we never got involved in any of it, so it's just not, it hasn't ever been on my radar. Do we have any veterans in the room? Yes, very good. Welcome and thank you. So these veterans represent the people that we owe our freedoms to. Our freedoms to sing the song that you sang, our freedoms to be here today. So here's a brief history on the day. It originated after the American Civil War. Communities began decorating the graves of the fallen soldiers with flowers. And PBS says the holiday was first widely observed on May 30th in 1868, which is how it ends up apparently being a Monday, the fourth Monday of the month. Not always the 30th, but frequently. So General John A. Logan of the Grand Army of the Republic, he proclaimed it to be Decoration Day. That's what they called it back then. And then over the years, 100 years or so or more, it evolved into Memorial Day in the 1880s and became an official federal holiday in 1971. And New York was the first state to make it a federal holiday and a state holiday. So yay, New York. Being from Florida, I knew a lot of people from New York. But anyway, that's over 100 years. And in that 100 years, we've had approximately 9 wars, depending on how you count them. Our first freedoms, though, came with a war, the Revolutionary War, the American Revolutionary War, and 25,000 people gave their lives so that we could be free from the British. Let's just take a moment and think about that. You know, it didn't just happen. People gave their lives. And I'm just going to take a moment and I'm going to go down the different wars that we've been through and the numbers of people that have given their lives so that we can be here today, so that we can enjoy this magnificent day and celebrate this holiday. We already talked about the American Revolutionary War. Then we have the War of 1812. That was 20,000. The American Civil War, 620,000. Spanish-American War, 2,446. World War I, my grandfather was in World War I, 116,561. World War II, 405, 399. The Korean War, 36,516. Vietnam War, 58,209. The Gulf War and the Afghanistan War, 7,078. That's a lot of people. It's very sobering. And we forget that that's what we're honoring this weekend. Franklin Roosevelt says Those who have long enjoyed privileges such as we enjoy forget in time the men and women that died to win them. So let us honor their courage and dedication. And let us also commit ourselves to living lives that embody their values of service and love. John F. Kennedy said, as we express our gratitude, we must never forget the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. We all know about walk and our talk. So what we're going to be talking about is how to go about doing that. So you might be saying, well, how do I do that? No, it's nice words, but how do I do that? How do I express my gratitude? What can I do as an individual to honor the sacrifices of all those people, their families, their friends? How do I do that? Well, there's many, many ways. There's lots of workshops. I've been since 1991. I've been to untold workshops, untold seminars. How can I be a better person? And I'm still working on it. I still go. I say, no more school, and there I am. So, but anyway, there's many ways to do that. And the first thing is just to commit to yourself to doing things differently than you did in the past. That too is easier to say than to do. It's making a choice and a commitment to ourselves to do what we can to bring more peace in the world we live in, especially now. So have any of you heard of the 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wonderful. Thank you. And you're probably thinking, do you too? Yes. Okay. Probably thinking, oh, that's old stuff. But it keeps coming back up is what happens. And every time it comes back up, it's very applicable. How long is that? 1990? Well, that's about 30 some years. Keeps coming back up. And it's very, I myself love the whole concept of it because it's simple and it's, if you want to, it's not that hard to do. It's a commitment. So anyway, for those of you who don't know, back in 1997, Don Miguel Ruiz wrote a small book called The 4 Agreements, a practical guide to personal freedom. It talks about how we've been conditioned to act from birth and maybe even from before birth, and to be certain ways and to believe certain things that maybe are not in our best interest, things that are behind all these wars. The 4 Agreements talks about if we're not feeling freedom, we're more likely to withhold freedom from other people, right? Excuse me. So if we are feeling freedom, we're more likely to allow others their freedoms as well. Now, before you get too scared, please know that this is very simple and very powerful. It's an inch by inch, life's a cinch. Yard by yard, life's hard. So little. Have you eaten an elephant? One bite at a time. I remember hearing that one time. It's always stayed with me, and I've used it before. So, and I'll just throw this in too. I've been a massage therapist for many years, although I'm not doing conventional massage anymore. But when the clients would come to see me and they would have something, wrong, shoulders, knee, it's something that happened a long time ago that wasn't addressed then. And over the years, it got worse and worse. So they would come and think I could fix it in one visit. Well, I can't do that. I could not do that. It needed several visits to work through the issues that had been created a long time ago. So that's the same with this. These are agreements that we make with ourselves that can change our conditioning, that can erase and overwrite things that happened in the past, things that we were taught in the past, and give us a much brighter, happier, more peaceful future. Now, each one of these could be a Sunday lesson or a whole workshop, really. But they are: be impeccable with your word. Take nothing personally. Don't make assumptions. Always do your best. What do you think about that? Does it sound hard? No? Good. Okay. So these are agreements that you make with yourself, agreements to commit to living a life that will positively impact you and everyone around you, rippling out to all humanity, and a way to honor those who put their lives on the line so we could have the freedoms that we have today. Number one is very important, simple and powerful, and the most challenging sometimes to honor, as our conditioning in this goes very deep. Be impeccable with your word. Well, what does that mean? Well, it means to speak with integrity, which tell the truth. Speak with integrity to yourself and others. And you can tell the truth, but you can be nice about it too. There are some people that just, okay, I'm going to tell the truth, and no, gently. So why is it so important? Because your word, written, spoken, or thought, is a creative energy force flowing from God consciousness into the material world. It's creative force. What does it say in the Bible? Genesis, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word created. Amazing when we think about it. So being impeccable with your word is important because it's taking responsibility for your actions without blame or judgment of yourself or others. And we'll see a little bit how you can let go of judgment in agreement number 3. So if you make an agreement with yourself to be impeccable with your word, just the intention, just intending to do it, will manifest through you and work to clear out any emotional issues or poisons, so to speak, that exist within you. Pretty wild, isn't it? Just the intention. Watch yourself talk. How do you talk to yourself? What sort of things do you say? Pay attention. There are probably things that your parents said to you that are so deeply ingrained in your brain, but you can overwrite that. Has anybody seen the commercial for the Calm app that says, "Are you being a big meanie to yourself?" And they have a program on the app that you can listen to that helps you with your self-talk. So don't be a big meanie to yourself. That's how you can start, by how you, some of us, the way we talk to ourselves, we would not allow other people to talk to us that way. So we should not do that to ourselves. So be careful what you say and how you say things to your partner, to your loved ones, to your children, to your friends, to your pets. I know they understand. Mine do. And it's accepting the truth of your being, acknowledging the truth of being in everyone you come in contact with. Acceptance, no judgment of ourselves or others. Can you see what a difference that would make in your life and the life of those that you interact with? And then because they have the freedom to accept the truth of their being, they can do so for others, and on and on and on it goes. Wow, what a world. Yes? Agreement number 2, don't take anything personally. I never do that, do you? Good or bad, not just the bad stuff, the good stuff too. Because it's easy, to bask in the compliments and honors and acknowledgement and, oh, I'm all that. But just remember, that's not personal, even when it's good, and it can turn on a dime. It's a tough one. And it's a tough one to remember that when you're attacked, when you're persecuted, when you're treated poorly, when you're totally misunderstood, you're like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? Nothing. It's not personal. It may seem like it, but it's not personal. So living within this agreement means that you can become inwardly content, self-contained, not swayed or attached to compliments or insults. No need for approval, and you can look through appearances. You can come to understand that it's never about you. It seems like a lot, but with daily practice, it can be done. And what a difference it can make in your life. Agreement number 3, don't make assumptions. I never do that either, do you? I never assume anything. I never make snap judgments. And what happens when you do that, when you make the assumption or the judgment? Doesn't it generally end up a big mess? Because is what you assumed or judged to be true usually so far from the reality? Not making assumptions is something I learned early in my career in the real estate business. They really pushed us. They really, I took every class I could take because I needed to learn how to be a salesperson. And they, all of them, don't assume anything. No assumptions. No assumptions. And it has served me well over the years. It can help you avoid a lot of heartache and discordance. Pay attention to your first thoughts, because you are going to have first thoughts, but then make the choice to allow the situation to unfold, stand back as an observer, or the person to reveal themselves before you jump to any conclusions and act on those. And get all business and personal agreements in writing and signed, including, perhaps, these agreements that you make with yourself. So this brings us to agreement number 4, which is my favorite. Always do your best. This agreement acknowledges that your best is going to change from moment to moment. It's going to be different when we're feeling well, when we're sick or injured or hurting. If we're doing our best, we're making the effort to rise up to who we are every day. Even though some days doing our best may just be getting out of bed, getting dressed. No self-judgment. This goes back to you impeccable with your word. No self-judgment, no self-abuse, no regret. I struggle with this a little bit. I've had some things in my life that, I sure wish I had, known then what I know now, and I wouldn't have done what I did, but I did the best I could at the time, and I have to remind myself of that instead of, beating myself for, that. And don't use the word stupid either, just for doing that thing or not. If we make a mistake and forget the truth of our being, we are doing our best at that time. Recognize that, realize that, and then do your best to do better. So we've briefly looked at the 4 agreements. As I said, it can be expanded quite a bit. Can you see how your actions can make a difference in the world, both locally and even globally? These days we have such a need for peace, such a need to be reminded of the importance of working towards a world where all people can live in peace and justice. Being impeccable with your word can be to pray for peace, while the other agreements can be a way to work towards making a positive impact in the world, in your world. I like the example of the movement of the butterfly wings in Japan is the breeze on your face here. That's how much we're connected. The first step is awareness, realizing that we have these agreements, but also recognizing that there's no need to continue to suffer or bring suffering to anyone else. Recognize that you can change at any point. Take an inventory of your current agreements. What are your agreements with yourself right now? Develop an awareness of the beliefs that make you unhappy and that don't bring peace to your world. Focus your attention on the agreements you want to change. Choose to stop fueling those agreements. Rather than feeding the agreements that have been formed out of fear, focus on creating new agreements based in love. Agreements like the 4 agreements or anything else that resonates with you, begin to adopt them. Start small, inch by inch. This will help you grow your personal power and confidence. Step by step, be patient with yourself. It's not going to happen immediately. You can't expect transformation in one day. Darn, that's what I want, right down. So think of how many years you've been fed the agreements, you've been conditioned to believe some of the agreements, some of the things that don't support living in love. Repetition, just repeating them over and over. That's how you learn how to play a piano. That's how you learn to do technology. Repetition over and over. You do it over and over and over. We all want peace. We all want love. And we want the freedom to live our lives. Right? Honoring these agreements allows that for you and for others. It honors the people who laid their lives on the line for the freedoms that we have today. And when you change the world. Let there be peace on earth. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I believe for every drop, rain that falls, a flower grows. I believe that somewhere in the darkest night, a candle glows. I believe for everyone goes astray, someone will come and show the way. I believe, I believe. I believe above the storm, smallest crack will still be heard. I believe there's some way, someone in a prison where is every word. Every time I hear newborn baby cry, I touch the leaf, see the sky, and I know why. I every time I hear newborn baby cry, I touch the leaf, I see the sky, and I know why. I believe, I believe, I
thank you. I can see where you get your talent, your communication skills. We appreciate that. Thank you so much for the life
Thank
lessons.
you, thank you.
Now's the time for our blessing of the gifts, and it's only a TV screen beside me. If you recite with me, today I acknowledge God, omnipresent, as the source of all good, as the source of my good. With this acknowledgement, I accept His will, which is abundance in every aspect of my life. I release all thoughts of lack and limitation, and I am open and receptive to the increased flow of abundance to me right now. I joyfully accept the gifts of life and give freely of the special gift that I am. Through me, God omnipresent blesses and multiplies this gift for all. Thank you, dear God. And Jan's going to share a few messages with us.
Good morning. Thank you, Marianne. Very, very much. Very grateful for that message. And the Four Agreements, if you have not read the book, it is, I tell you what, it's changed my life. And it is a process and it takes a while, but boy, it made a huge difference. And if you have not read the book, please do so. I've given it to several people and I read it from time to time. We'll have to go back and read it again. But I mean, it's probably those principles have been better for me. That's what works for me a lot more than some of the divine science things, but because it's simple, but it is not easy to do, and especially that number 2. And once I conquered that to a good degree, it made a huge difference. So just saying, if you haven't read that book, and you want a copy, let me know. I'll be glad to get it for you. So anyhow, so thank you for doing that. It's great. And for the music and the meditation, that was different, and I really enjoyed that. So thank you. The flowers today are sponsored by Marita for Gil Barbara's birthday. So please take them home and share them with your wife. So, and thank you, Pam, as always, for taking care of that. I want to thank the people that came out yesterday and worked really hard. It was Pam and Rick and Philip and Doug and Ann and Bob and myself. So anyhow, we really appreciate it. We're going to have the stuff hauled away this week, but it was a lot of work done. And Philip did a great job out there cutting. And I'm going to buy him a saw for his birthday. As long as you'll share it with me. So thank you so much for doing that. Also, the ballots for the board members that are for election are myself, and Ann has said that she would run for the second vice president. So the ballots are over, they're actually in the other room. So if you have not voted and you're a member of the church, please do so. And they have to be back in by the 14th of June. And speaking of the board, we will have a board meeting next Sunday at 9 o'clock. So it's the first Sunday of the month, so we'll be having that. I think that about covers it. And we've got plenty of snacks next door. Becky bought some things that people have bought. Yes?
The card for Bill.
Oh, yes. But you have thank you for reminding me. We have another card for Bill. If you haven't signed it yet, Jerry's got it here. We'll pass it around. If you haven't signed it, we'll sign another card and send to him. And we keep him in our prayer. And as he knows, we love him, and we pass that message on to him. So whenever he's ready to come back and play and is able, we got the chair ready for him. So anyhow, we love Bill. Bill and William have been part of our congregation since I've been here like almost 30 years, and they've been playing ever since, and they feel like they're my brothers. I just love both of them to death. And so anyhow, just pray that Bill will be well soon. So that being said, Marianne took care of my speech for Memorial Day, so I appreciate, that's fine. I appreciate you going ahead and taking care of that. I did just want to say that I know we tend to forget. We got a 3-day holiday for the ones of us that work, and people tend to forget why we have this holiday. And I'm old enough to know some of the freedoms that I did not have a few years ago, and I know what we have now. And I think people tend to forget that we didn't have some of these freedoms, and we want to continue to keep them. So we again continue to pray for our country and the whole world, and hope that we continue to have the freedoms that we have and we don't go backwards. And so pray for peace in this world. Did you have it? I think, is Marita gonna be back for Wednesday night? I don't know. She didn't tell me if she's gonna be here for Wednesday night class, so I'm assuming the people that come to that class will know when they show up. So anyhow, other than that, I don't have anything.
Meditation class next.
Oh, yeah, not tomorrow, but next Monday, meditation class starts at 5:30. So, and also, I think she's announced that the cost would be $20, but if you are a board member, you do not have to pay. That's one of the things that, being on the board does. And again, if you, do not have the money to pay the $20, don't worry about it. You come to the meditation class and just let me know, okay? So,
I think you can come, without paying if you don't want credit.
I don't know, she just, anyhow, if you want to come to class, just come, and we'll figure out. Exactly. We're not concerned about, that part of the deal. We'd rather people take the class and get something out of it and not worry about, because we always, as I always say, we get what we want, so, what we need, so, exactly. So anyhow, and as Marianne said, people are going through everything. I look around this room and I was thinking this morning coming to church, all the people that I work with and all the issues that all of them have. And I'm so grateful. I mean, I know I've got issues, everybody's got issues, but, just be kind to people, because people can be so cruel and hateful just because most of them are unhappy and are going through a hard time or whatever, but just please be kind to everybody that you meet and make the world a little bit better. And they're starting right here. And Bobby, thank you again for taking care of the computer. You do such a good job. We're so proud of you.
Bobby, here's how I'd like to end the service today. We'll do a prayer and then we'll do the final song. Is that fair with you? Please, let's go in prayer for just a few moments. Thank you, God. Thank you that we can stand here and we can enjoy this country. And for those that came before us, the servicemen, women, the troops, the families, the children that help support them. Thank you so much that we have all of this to be grateful for. It even goes back even further. I've been to some cemeteries on Memorial Day. There's one in Salem, if you'll go, and you can see Confederate soldiers even buried and flags beside their names. Thank you, Father. And thank you for letting us know that even though we might feel we're going through different stages of strife or discord, that the truth is, the real truth is, all is okay. The real truth is, you're omnipresent. The real truth is that we carry you within wherever we go. And let us be a shining example, a star into the world of who we are. Thank you, dear God. Keep us safe this Memorial Day weekend, as always. Amen. Let's stand and sing our closing song.
you.